There are some very important precepts or teachings and instructions in Deuteronomy that we would be wise to learn. The temptation of Jesus came with his 40-day fast in the desert. The sources of this event are recorded in Mark 1, 12 and 13, Matthew 4, 1 through 11, Luke 4, 1 through 13. You may also compare Hebrews 2:18 and 4:15 and 16. Jesus countered these temptations with 3 verses out of Deuteronomy. When Satan came against Jesus, his response was with the Word of God. The same will hold true for us today, and there is only one proper response to evil we will encounter during our life. With the first temptation, Jesus quoted Deuteronomy 8:3. Man does not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord. The second temptation Jesus responded with, Deuteronomy 6:16. You shall not put the Lord your God to the test, as you tested him in Massah. Now this is a location. Biblical scholars debate whether Massah and Meribah are separate locations, but other biblical mentions of Massah and Meribah, such as that in the blessing of Moses, seem to imply that they are distinct locations. The biblical text states that the Israelites argued with Moses about the lack of water. Moses rebuked the Israelites for testing God, hence the name Massah, which means testing. Psalm 81:7 tells us this: You called in trouble, and I rescued you. I answered you in the hiding place of thunder. I proved you at the waters of Meribah. This will be a complete study within itself, but I will post a link to Bible Truth 411 on YouTube channel where this topic has been expounded upon. The third temptation was with his response was with Deuteronomy 6:13. You shall fear only the Lord your God, and you shall worship him and swear by his name. The Torah is the Hebrew word for the first 5 books of the Bible, or the Pentateuch, which is the Greek word for the Torah. In Greek, penta means 5, and tuka means books. Today, as promised, I will give you more information on parallelism in Hebrew poetry. There are basically 4 types, and they're called emblematic, synonymous, synthetic, and antithetical parallelism. A good example of emblematic parallelism is Proverbs 25:18. Like a club, or a sword, or a sharp arrow, is a person who gives false testimony against a neighbor. There is a precise parallelism which Matthew presents between Jesus and Israel in the desert, and how Jesus is portrayed as the fulfillment of all the Torah and the Pentateuch. At this point in history, the devil has not been bound yet. Our best defense for a prosperous road in this world is to love God by embracing, enfolding, and wrapping his words around everything we think, everything we do, and everything we say, and to serve our neighbor. Have a blessed day.